So I'm going to be speaking to you hopefully on these three levels, as a resident, a business owner, and a landlady, on these three levels. Our decision to move to Middletown was not an easy one. Between my husband and myself, some 15 years ago, we looked at approximately 50 houses in 3 counties. And when we saw the house that we presently call home, and we walked through that front door, we knew deep inside of us that this is where we were to be. And there was no question. We bought the house on the spot. We said it's ours without even anything else. And soon after we moved in, I started to get involved with various committees, and I was on the Communities of Care for a while. And I attended council meetings on a regular basis. I also accepted a position on the vacancy committee. I unfortunately ended up stepping out of service in order to start my company. But I'm
we
back
have
now.
A college here, and as Jim said, it's not going anywhere. It's not just the students that can bring in things, money, and activity and perspective. It's their parents. They will come here and they will use our businesses. They will go to our restaurants. They will help us to make this town much more viable. I think it's very important that we have a good working relationship with Penn State. I think it's very important that the businesses and council communicate on a regular basis. I know that lately we've been having business meetings, and I think that's wonderful. I think it's very important that the town hears what has to be said from business people who work here. What do they want? What do they think they can accomplish here? What kind of business do they want to attract? I think that's extremely important. I also think it's very important that council communicates with the people of the town. Again, I'm referring back to Jim. He said that, you know, we elect people on the council. So we are answerable. I say we, I don't mean we, I mean council is answerable to the people. And I think the most important thing is to be able to have people listen and speak, to have debate, intelligent, educated debate with the council people and the townspeople.
Back before I even started on the police department, we had a communications center. Recently, that's been shut down. Since it's been shut down, everybody in the town has trouble getting hold of somebody, getting help for anything, getting the police, getting, if their electric goes off, some kind of problem with water, even for billing, they have problems getting hold of people. If elected mayor, I would like to bring not the communication center back. I don't think we're going to get that back, but at least some form of communication where the person can walk in off the street, can talk to an individual who can make phone calls, can help them, can get the police for them, those type of things. It's something that's been an important fact with the people of this town because we've always had it.
We just need to stop carrying all the other surrounding municipalities. Lower Sweater Township, our library was brought up. Well, if you're from any of the other districts in any other municipalities in Dauphin County, excluding Derry Township, you pay 0.35 mils. In Middletown, you pay about 2 mils, which is almost 6 times more than that. And as you go by head librarian's own calculations, she said 52% of the people who use our library are not from Middletown. So that makes us paying like 10 times more for our library than anybody else. We're the only ones that own the library, excluding Hershey. And we can't go by Hershey. Their property values are higher, standard is, average income is higher, same as Lower Sweater Township. And we're just doing things to rec board. Not only we were all paying the same amount per capita, except Middletown was supplying all the building and all the utilities. So we were paying double again. When we had EMS down here, South Central, we were all paid the same as Lower Sweater and Londonderry. We were paid, not Londonderry, Lower Sweater. Whatever the millage was per person, that's what we paid. But then we were supplying all the gas, all the oil, facilities to house it, and facilities for the people that run it. So we were again paying double. We always pay double. We're always carrying, it seems like, the other municipalities around it. They can better afford it than we can.
Now, I acknowledge that many challenges lay ahead. One of which, and I think it's the most prominent, is the evident disconnect between the people, the citizenry of Middletown, and our current elected officials. They have but one responsibility, and that's to execute your will. Unfortunately, however, we all have different schedules, different obligations, and ability, and speaking with some of our elderly and sick, they can't attend the borough council meetings. So as I said last week, and I don't mean to be redundant, but if you have the same 15 to 20 people showing up to the borough council meetings, you're leaving over 8,800 people whose voices are not heard. So how do you change that? Well, that's where the effort comes in, and that's where the energy comes in. The lines of communication will have to be reopened. I think that's accomplished by several means. You're going to have to use the phone. You're going to have email access. Obviously, Facebook has become prevalent, and online access. That's a lot of the ways that these group meetings that we're here tonight are set up. I also think it's important to have office hours where anybody can walk in. We're a working class town. Weekends are going to be huge. I pledge to use the weekends as an opportunity for people to come in and speak to me and tell me their issues.